What's up, everybody? It's Thursday night. It's the lit stream.
Woo!
Welcome. Welcome, Shady Gang. Glad to have y'all back out here with us again. I'm your boy Tarek here with Charlie. And we got some other folks joining us here in a little bit, but we're just glad to be back here again every Thursday night. And you know how we do it. Charlie, how you doing, man?
Man, I'm great. And it's crazy you say every Thursday night because you remember we tried this out a couple seasons ago and like we did it a couple times and then we kind of fell off. Like, big ups to us. This is every week. I think we might have missed
Consistently. Yeah.
one. But like if we haven't, like somebody's here. That's why you got a whole squad rotation, right? People got other things to do. Tom's holding down the 12. Shouts to the WSL podcast on SOB Network. Crunk, for those that don't know, this man has driven to across state lines. He is in the process of moving from car to home. He started this from the car to make sure that we, get out this beautiful content and have a wonderful Thursday. What up, Daniel? Good to see you. You know what it
I
is.
was
Same
gonna
bat
say,
time, same bat channel.
really appreciate the thing that makes doing this so much fun and why we haven't missed is because the interaction. The interaction from the people in the chat is what makes this go. It gives us that energy to get through it and power through it. So hey, if you're in the chat, drop a comment, tell us what's on your mind. Just holler at us, let us know you out there. We're not just talking out into the void, which we can do that anyway, but there's not somebody on the other side of the screen. So if you're with us, we appreciate it and hope you have a good time tonight. Do we want to bring a guest on, or we want to wait a little bit, see if Crunk's gonna jump on? Oh, you're on mute, but you're
I'm
right.
sorry, I think we have to wait for
you
him.
have to wait. All right, so let's go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, let's talk about the goal of the day. Like
Yeah.
Lamine Yamal, man. Like he cuts in. For those that don't know, we got 0-0. Barca, if they win, they secure the title at Espanyol, their local rivals. And he pulls something out that maybe only Messi, Salah at their peak. Like it was a goal that it was a true golazo. Like it was amazing.
Hey, sorry, I got thrown off because somebody changed the background. It's kind of
I saw that, right? Yeah.
I was like, wait, what happened? Yeah. But yo, that goal was insane. Let me go back. Did you have was there any doubt in your mind that Barca would, even if they didn't do it today, that they would win the league?
Oh no, because their points gap. Like if it wasn't today, maybe with a draw, they would have, mathematically done it on the next match. Like they were guaranteed to win this. I was on them like not the Clasico decided it, but even before that, like Real Madrid has been so bad. Like I knew Barca was better.
Yeah. You talked about the goal. Yeah. Cuts in on his left. Man, it's beautiful, man. That guy is, I mean, to be what, 17?
He's a boy. He is a child.
Like I talk about, having my kids. What's up with you, Tom? I talk about having my kids. This dude is literally younger than my oldest daughter. It's like, that is insane to me. He's 17. My twins are 16. They'll be 17 in August. So it's like, he's the same age as my kids, man. This is crazy to see what that kid is doing. And, kudos to La Masia for cranking him out like that. But then also to the rest of, to the managerial staff who gave that dude a chance.
Also want to big up Xavi. When Xavi was there, he saw the potential.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, brought him in at 15. And even though Xavi lost his job last year, he's the one that got him started. And so now when Hansi Flick came in, he like unleashed him. And you can see he's physically gotten bigger. Like he's growing because he's still a child. So like he's not at his final form.
Yeah.
He has like 4 more years of like vertical growth on top of strength. Tom, what do you think about this man? Is he Ballon d'Or front runner?
Oh man, I mean, I don't see how you couldn't like put him in the top 3.
Yeah,
like
sure. He was 8th last year.
Tell me your 3. Tell me your 3. We're saying Lamine Yamal's in there. So who else? Who's the other 2?
I mean, you got to throw Mbappe in there.
Okay.
Do we?
I think he's probably in there too.
Right.
I don't think maybe he doesn't deserve to be in there. I think the Real Madrid PR machine is putting that man in that top 3.
Yes.
Okay. Who else we got? 'Cause
And unlike
I got
last year,
two that are both-
he doesn't have to split it with Vinny, because I don't think Vinny's been as good this year.
Of course not. He's been terrible.
All right, what's your third person?
Yeah, who you got, Tom?
I mean, maybe Wirtz or Musiala.
I think thanks at 1024 in the chat. I think Salah's gonna be in there.
Yeah. Because I mean, there's gonna be somebody who's in England that's gonna be.
I mean,
that's the English push. I will say this, y'all. Ballon d'Or's in what country? France. Who's the best French player in the world? Is not Mbappe.
Dembele.
Dembele, and his team is in the Champions League final.
Yep.
So if we know finals matter, if he goes out there and gets PSG that first Champions League final,
that might be the thing that pushes him over the top.
That might be the trump. Even though Barca has the domestic treble, but I think we got.
Potentially on a treble too. Daniel T pointed it out on a potentially on a treble.
There would be if they
Dembele, if they win a treble, and man, I think he would do it. That would be enough to get him over the top.
Yeah.
Tom, how you feeling, man?
Man, it is a great day.
Hi.
Hello.
This is Zariah. This is one of my nieces. The other one, the 2-year-old, is being finicky. My bad. The 3-year-old is being finicky.
Well, it's good to see you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
They're saying nice to meet you.
Oh, Uncle Crunk.
If you're in the chat, say big ups to Crunk's niece. Yeah, hey, Uncle Crunk. Yeah, that's what's up.
Oh, yes, I'm very happy to see them. All right, well, I'm going to handle this, and I'll see you in a moment for food and stuff, okay? Okay.
Oh, so sweet.
Love it. Love it.
Uncle Grunky. Oh, look at Uncle Grunky.
What's up, guys?
Hey,
what's up? Thanks for getting this show started. Literally on the road, getting the show started.
Correct.
Oh,
we were actually recording the 12, so we were a little held up. So that's why we didn't start on time, but
wow.
It was good
Jake's
episode.
Got jokes. Jake's got jokes.
Always. No Packers scarf.
Wow. He's like, finally, I can enjoy this thing and not have to be repulsed.
Constantly see it in the background. That's funny.
Triggering. As a Bears fan, to constantly see Packers colors when you don't want to it. Oh my God.
That's funny.
One day, hey, is this the year Jake y'all get a 4,000-yard passer? Could he do it?
Oh my gosh. I don't.
Did you see the report about him not wanting to be there? Not wanting to be there.
Why would he have wanted to be there? I don't blame that man.
Trying to engineer his way out.
Again, no 4,000-yard passer in history. I don't want to go to this franchise. It's a curse. It's like Chelsea's number 9. It's a curse.
Can't believe they even told him that. Oh my gosh. All right.
It came out last year.
Let's bring our first guest on. Get some sete. You know her, you love her. She's very much a part of Shady Gang. We couldn't do half of what we do without people like her and her support. Shout out to Amy MCFC.
Hey guys.
How's it going?
Hey,
it's going good. It's going good. Had to bring the travel flag to the office today so that I could take this call properly.
You'll never sing that. They will never sing that, Devin.
You guys cut me to the break room right as I was about to. I gave a great dig on Salah, threw it at Devin, and I was like, "Wait, I'm alone."
I'm so sorry.
Because I was like, Salah, just a Premier League. Those are easy.
Only one trophy.
Those are easy to win. Are you crazy? Couldn't be us. So.
Devin, he only has 2 now. That's right. Only 2.
Devin, you're literally going to be in the show. What do you mean? Why am I in it? You're literally a part of the show today.
I'm just thinking of who's won a treble in his city, and then you're an Arsenal fan. I was like, you'll never sing that. It's the most banter I got. I'm sorry. Number 2.
I did watch the goal. I watched Lamel's goal while you guys were yapping, and it's vintage Phil Foden. I'm like, oh my God, I need this back so bad.
Yeah, when he won Player of the Year. Yeah, that was a good time.
Oh my God, beautiful goal. So, congrats.
Amy, where are we taking this tonight? What do you want to get into?
What did I think I tossed in there like a little
Well,
FA Cup
and-
chit
and so-
chat.
Tell me
Yeah, the
about
new kit.
yeah, let's talk about the new kit. Like what are you
Oh,
feeling?
important. Very
Oh
important.
my gosh. Okay, well I kind of love it, which is I have not loved a home kit. It took me actually forever to even warm up to the treble kit, and then it just became so iconic. I think I have like 4 treble kits, maybe 5. I like it. It's simple, no collar. I love the white detail. I think it's like they didn't go too far into some weird story they were like trying to attach themselves to. And like I get some of the criticism of the sash, but I think it's like just clean. And I think it looks
Yes.
great on the players. I think it's gonna sell. I think it's gonna do really well. So I like it. I'm excited to see where these kits go this year. There's been so many rumors about what they're gonna be, but overall, I think it looks slick. I think it looks cool. I think it looks very city.
Kid follow up. You and your sister are notorious. Who is now? We have a new generation of city players. Who's your first player going to be?
Well, I don't have an Akanji kit, so I think
Ooh,
but
welcome.
he's been around, so I'll get him. Definitely getting Carolyn because I forgot to get her when I was in Manchester. I was like, home kit, Carolyn, and next I know I'm walking out of the store and I'm like, wait, I didn't get it. So she's top. She's definitely top bill. But she might have to be on like the third like whichever the coolest kit is. I
Yeah.
think Carolyn
She
deserves
deserves that.
one
I love
because
that.
it needs to match her aura. I need to match her freak there. So, I mean, if we get a certain German player, I might just have to, I might just have to get him. You know, I always like to support the new guys. Like we immediately got Vardiol, threw him on a kit. You know, when we signed, well, Mars is my favorite player, so that was a big surprise. Like I bought it the day he came up, the day for his first game it arrived. As I was flying to New Jersey to watch them play Liverpool. So yeah, I would say of the new, I mean, I also like Nico G. Want to see?
This is very big twin energy for those in the chat who see. Kate said that literally a minute ago. Like,
Yeah. I can't see the chat, but yeah, I don't know.
I love
like,
it. I know you
end up
couldn't
buying
see it,
so many
but I'm like,
kits.
y'all are there.
The problem is like I tend to always get a Holland kit for resale.
Understandable. Ooh.
future reselling. But yeah, I think probably players who came in recently because I already have a Marmouche kit, so that's taken care of. So yeah, probably like Nico. I don't know. Kusanov is such a favorite too, but
That could be
we'll
such a cult kit. A Kusanov would go so
Yeah,
hard.
exactly. Honestly, I should have got him on the striped away kit this year just because it's so goofy. So, but we'll see. I'm actually really excited because I don't think they've released him yet, but I'm a big Kid Super fan. And he's designing the City Club World Cup kit, which I'm sure everybody's super excited to see. Another kit. But it looks like, from what I could tell, so Kid Super whole aesthetic is like people outlines, body shapes, like really uniquely tied together, like embroidery and things like that. And so from what I could tell from the concepts, it looks like they're doing the Ponzan. And I'm like, that's pretty cool. So if they can nail that, I'm definitely getting one of those. So I don't know. I don't really have a problem with city kits. I'm going to buy them anyways. So how I feel about them is not that important.
Do you think that it's going to look a little bit like I applaud Puma for sticking with their stance that they weren't going to put the women in white shorts, but apparently they're going to put the women in black shorts. Do you think that, yeah, do you think that
I thought it was like navy blue.
It's black.
Is it black? Wow.
I mean, I'm pro
like
not
black
white shorts, but black is like seems lazy.
Yeah.
When we have so many other colors in our colorways that, you know, we could tap into, but I'd have to see it. But I am pro, like, no white shorts. Very pro. Don't do that. So
whatever will make the ladies most comfortable.
I know, but I was like, okay, Carolyn, and then I think I could get a Lauren Hemp kit.
Oh, Hempo. Damn.
Yeah.
So many players.
Like, so many, I know. It's like so many players, so little jerseys to put them on.
Oh, man. How are you? Hold on. Actually, I want to do this head loss conversation. Hi. What's up?
Crunk with the family.
I love it.
Hold on, Ma.
So
okay.
he said, you put in the chat. Go ahead, Tom. Go ahead.
Define head loss. Like you said that there's
Okay. Yeah, we can skip that fake cup because City's gonna win. That's all I gotta say about that.
There you go.
Okay, so I participated in a little like Schneiden fraud last week because it's fun. And I will say, okay, let me back up. So last year, we're obviously in a 3-horse race to the finish line. And it was the weekend that I think we were flying to Chicago to be with you guys or flying home. But it was the weekend that I think Arsenal lost to Aston Villa and Liverpool lost to Everton. And we just like jumped to number 1 and never dropped it. And I was like, do I want to listen to like a Liverpool podcast? I want to hear the crying. I want to hear the tears. And so I did. And so I downloaded a few and I'm listening to them on the plane and I'm laughing my ass off, like truly, because they were like scream crying. It was so funny, loving it, like as one does. So I wanted to do a little bit more this year. And like, Arsenal has a reputation online and, Arsenal Fan TV as like, the thing that they are, everyone loves to goof them for that. So I was like, oh, well, let me just see, like, I can't name an Arsenal podcast. I know you guys have one, but like, I can't name one. So I was like, searched for one. I was like, sure, I'll listen to these 2. I downloaded just 2 super random ones because I wanted to hear them, talk about the Champions League. I wanted to hear them, be a little. And I will say, this is me, I'm giving credit where credit is due. They were very thoughtful podcasts. They were extremely like critical in the right places and like definitely not what I was expecting from like listening to it. So
should have went on YouTube.
I thought it was just really interesting.
Everybody on YouTube is like completely melting down. You should have went on YouTube.
Exactly. You go to YouTube and it is crazyville. And I was like, well, I'm on a plane. I want to listen to this. But I was like, oh, this is actually like really thoughtful and like they're definitely not losing it. They're not going crazy. They're not screaming about, conspiracy theories. And so I was like, you know what? I will give Arsenal credit where credit is due, that they had some great podcasts where they kept the head loss together and did not freak out and like did not go into, conspiracy theory, like the world's against us and things like that. So I did want to give like just credit because the Liverpool ones were laugh out loud funny. Like when I'm telling you, they were so funny because of just like the scream crying or like the fighting with each other over things. And so I wanted just to give credit where credit was due because I think like I obviously listen to a lot of City podcasts and we seem very measured, but we come from a place of like high success. We can maybe like brush these off a little bit and like, we're like 4 in a row. That's never been done. That's so we can go, oh, it makes sense that this year's been really rough. And we can contextualize our feelings a little bit better because we can like hug our treble trophies and like hold them tight and go back to that. So I just was impressed with the way they handled it on their podcast. And so I wanted to give credit where credit was due because the other red team absolutely did not. I listened to maybe 2 or 3. One was even from like the Athletic and they were interesting. So that's what I meant by head loss. I thought it was just, I was surprised.
Yeah, and I was unfortunate.
Body though, but not as enjoyable. I was like, am I learning something here? Is this growth?
The Arsenal fans in the group chats that I participate in, I feel like it was 50-50 head loss. Half of them were basically lying, being like, we were just happy to make it this far. Revisionist history. And then there was one person, I feel like Trev pulled himself away to not have head loss. But also, they're spoiled. Yeah. Their women's team is in the Champions League final. So like worst case they can be like, hey, all we care about is the women's team.
And honestly, they brought up the women's team too. So I was like, you know what, points there as well. Like you didn't forget about your team that is very, very close to actually like lifting a pretty, a major trophy, especially in the women's game. So yeah, definitely wanted to give them credit there. But that's about it because there's still a lot of things I was like, okay, you guys think your mentality? Okay, sure. But I'm not going to give all our secrets away to them. But
naturally,
it was just a pleasant surprise to say the least.
And Tom, what were you about to say?
I was gonna pivot, but yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was gonna pivot also before we get you out of here. I definitely think we need to talk about Savvy King, especially since you have it in the group chat and that whole situation. Because you were at the match, weren't you?
Yeah, exactly. So I was at the match, and like, you know, they're rare occurrences, and you always kind of wonder, like, what is it like to be a fan when this happens? Because it's so shocking, to be honest. Now, I will say I was like in the bathroom, coming back to my seat as she like sat down, so I wasn't there for the whole. I don't even want to watch it, but I heard kind of how it happened, what happened, and then the immediate kind of rush on the field. And so, I will say, like, as a fan in the stands, it was tough because you don't know what's going on. You are very close to the action, and you know, I'm not gonna lie, like I'm crying. The people around me are crying. There are little tiny girls sobbing. I have like chills even just remembering where we were. Because I'm in the supporter section, so we're pretty packed, we're pretty crowded, and we all see the same people week in and week out. And so like you might not be friends with them or like know them, but like you see the same faces. We're obviously all here for the team, and it was so, it was escalating. You see them grab the shocks. I'm not blanking on the name, but like the shock paddles. You see them rush, a quasi kind of, ambulance, like a golf cart onto the pitch. And what really was just killing me is, the players are off to the side, and each individual team is like in this like circle huddle. And we're all screaming, like, well, it's dead silent. Dead. You could hear a pin drop. It was like spooky quiet. And so a couple of things that and I've seen some really strong discourse about like what should have happened. And that's kind of what I want to talk about. So there's a few things, and I understand why some of them may not happen, but it's like, first of all, I think that there needs to be some type of like privacy shield around the player in question so that they can protect her or them in the moment, and also protect the fans, and then make sure that they're able to like get out, obviously. So she is carted away, and now, and there was a Angel City photographer. She's like, I'm not taking any more pictures tonight. Like, it's done. What is the benefit of like photos of the fans or even the game? Like, it's not important anymore. Mm-hmm. She literally is a little girl like grabbing her like leg, like sobbing. And then the game resumes, and it's dead quiet. Like, nobody knows what to do. The players don't know what to do. And then resuming and it's like, it happened at the 74th minute. And allegedly the rules is like 75. And it's like, if we're being that pedantic about it, like, where's our humanity or like context or anything? And so it was really difficult to even like be there any longer. You want to leave, but you also want to support the girls who are now on the pitch on both teams. Mm-hmm. And then to do the audacious 12 minutes or whatever the stoppage time was absolutely just out of pocket, because stoppage time is just ref's discretion anyways. Like, it's technically like, just play as long as up to 5 minutes. It doesn't need to be 5 minutes. It can be 7. It's really up to ref's discretion. So definitely thought, like, if we were going to be forced to play again, just kill it at the 90. Who cares what this, like, nobody wants to go anymore. But the thing that I read online that was so important was like, I'm assuming Angel City or BMO only has resources for this to happen once. But what if in those now 25 minutes, 12 minutes of stoppage time, about 10 minutes left in the game, what if a fan had a medical emergency? What if another player, like, what if Lightning did strike twice? And now all resources are gone. And I'm like, that is such a serious thing to actually think about. And like, what would have happened if that had happened? And you just don't know when like the emotions are so high. So I thought the Players Association and what they came out with in their statement was like textbook perfect language. It hit on all the right places. And at the end of the day, like, football is just it's a product. If your product dies on the pitch, like, what is this product anymore? So it was extremely scary, hyper emotional. I give so much credit to the players who kept going because they're professionals. But the way it was handled, it just showed a huge light on like maybe the way that like women's sports is handled, how just sports in general are handled, the way that fans are treated like commodities, and like, it's just like there's so many macro things. And so it was tough. I'm so grateful that she is, okay in like the current present. Who knows what the future looks like for her and her career, which is a whole other thing, because her health and just, being alive is the thing that like, we care about the most. But, it's still, I will probably never get some of the images just of like the people around me and like screaming for the game to end. The girl, like truly like little girls sobbing is just like not what anybody wants this to be, unless, you're lifting a trophy, then yes, you can cry for that. But like, it was so intense. And like, I just really hope that this inspires change. Exactly. Like Roger Goodell called the Buffalo game. He said, Damar Hamlin down, out, like we're done here. I think about Christian Eriksen and the fact that they were like, okay, Denmark, do you want to be out of a massive tournament if you don't play? Like, we'll disqualify you. So they had to keep playing. And, while they were similar situations, and I mean, Christian Eriksen's might have been like slightly worse. I don't want to compare, medical emergencies, but that was, did we learn anything from that? And, I guess like 12 years ago, there were, forget which game it was, but like the ref made the decision to, and held strong. It was Howard Webb, Mr. Howard Webb, everyone's favorite, conspiring referee, head of refereeing. He actually did call a game. He said, no, we're done. And so there is precedent to ending it. So yeah, I'm just so grateful that she's okay and that the medical staff, did everything in their power. But it was, as a fan, it was tough. We were angry. I'm still angry about it because there needs to be change. And there's so much discourse in the NWSL right now. But I think this might have to be a priority for our voices to really, assist the Player Association with getting some changes made, because it was terrible.
That's sad, honestly.
So yeah. I can't believe Angel City won at home though, so there was a little positivity at the end of the day.
Oh my gosh.
The silver lining.
Impressed for 30 seconds after being
subbed on. Like that was incredible because we've been bagging.
24 seconds. Quit trying to add time onto our time bomb. 24 seconds.
My bad.
24.
Yeah.
Me.
I wish it was 23. It'd been perfect. It was very serendipitous.
And Kate,
it just
podcast. We would definitely bring that up. But I'm not even going to bring up your comment so that we can talk about it. Just know we would never do that.
Never.
Even though I am.
I don't
interested
know
to see
what
how
I'm
it goes.
missing. Tell me in the
I don't know.
We'll talk about it later. Kate, before we get you out of here, please.
Amy Crunk.
Amy,
Sorry.
oh my God.
Sorry, I was reading Kate's comment.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry. Oh my gosh, Amy, please give us your Kate, you can too. Give your score prediction for the match against Crystal Palace this weekend.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I think we're gonna win. I think we're gonna do it in full time. I'm just gonna go with 2-1. And I think I think we're gonna start
in regular time. Do we have to go?
Yeah,
Okay.
2-1 in regular time. I personally can't do extra time. It's funny when I go to Dodger games, I'm like, I'm a 9-inning girl. We're not sticking around for extra innings. I don't care. So I'm a regular time girl. But I think we're gonna see a totally different lineup from whatever we saw against Southampton. That was a mess. But I think we're gonna start with I think it's be probably similar to the team that we played Crystal Palace the first time. But I think Holland will be in, and I think and I don't know who we're gonna have to drop out of that, but yeah, I mean, it's good. Crystal Palace has our number, has had it multiple times. They're one of our bogey teams, and I don't know if or when the last time they won major silverware, but they're going to be wanting it so bad. And so we're just going to need to want it more. They'll make it Kevin's 20th total trophy. So that's a nice round number. And also, like, I saw that they're not going to raise a TIFO for him and a couple other things to, you know, celebrate the genius that is KDB. So we have a lot of reasons to win too.
I love it. Well, please plug yourself. Let people know where they can find you and the things that you do.
Yeah, so you guys can just find me on Blue Sky at Amy MCFC. I just squawk into the abyss and yell about what I see. But yeah, that's where you can find me. And yeah, I'm excited that I was able to sneak back lit streams before you guys logged off for the summer. So, you know, I am doing a little bit of, Kate and I are doing a smidge of content for the Club World Cup for Manchester City. So be on the lookout for that. You'll know when it drops, when it's done. And yeah, we're next thing that's coming up. So yeah.
You can tell that you're a
pub
marketing
watching City in the summer.
Right?
That was spot on. Just wow.
That's how you leave. Leave them wanting more. There we go.
Perfect.
And I'll be in touch to find out where y'all games, Club World Cup games you're looking at, because I'm looking at a couple of them as well. So I would like to meet up with y'all if I can.
I'm hoping to just probably out of the group stages. So we just gotta make it out of the group stages.
That's fair.
There you go.
Fair.
Tall order. All right. Well, hello to Mr. and Mrs. Wirtz. You had a great trip from Manchester. We love your son.
We love Germans.
And hope he wants to play with us next this summer and maybe next year. So I'll just leave the Wirtz with that.
There you go.
Well, you have a great rest of your evening.
All right.
Later,
Bye, guys.
Amy.
So good to see you. Talk soon.
See ya. Oh, wow. Okay. Now we're going from one shade of blue to a different shade of blue. Kansas City, stand up,
It's not
excited. It's teal.
Oh.
What is it? It's greenish blue. What is it?
It's teal. It's not blue.
Is it
So
teal blue?
You wouldn't.
Teal
That's,
blue?
it's not a shit
Okay,
in the
so
blue family.
in the Roy G. Biv situation, it either falls under green or blue. Which one is it?
Not toothpaste green. Definitely not that, Devin.
That was disrespectful.
That was disrespectful.
It feels like a shade of blue. When I think of teal, I think of that is a weird but different shade of blue.
Well, we're gonna bring on my next guest, who I love seeing in the press box at CPKC Stadium. This is Kathleen Gier. Thank you so much for being with us. We appreciate you.
Oh my God, thank you for having me. And you are also my favorite person in the press box. So thrilled to be chatting back here again.
So let's talk.
And I do think it's a shade of blue, just to toss that in there.
Oh, let's go.
Okay. All right.
I also think that makes it more appropriate for the chat. So,
That's
you know,
true.
I think you can claim them.
Oh wow, I love it. Oh my gosh, sorry, family's very distracting in the best way. Actually, yeah, catch us up. Oh yeah, let's talk general Casey Curran before we get to hear about how great it is to be around Tom Baum. How has the season been going for Kansas City Curran?
It's been really interesting. You know, last year they were undefeated up until that Orlando game at the break. This year they had an early kind of surprising loss in Washington, but Washington's been super unpredictable with so many injuries. And so they bounced back in a big way this last game with Dabinia and her first half brace. And I was actually in the stands for that one and just still harassing Tom through Blue Sky messages the whole time.
It was great.
Yeah, but decided to give myself a little treat of watching with some friends. But yeah, I think that they're probably kind of back on pace now. Almost everybody's healthy. We're getting big minutes from you know, they really didn't have any newcomers this year, which is kind of a fascinating position to be in. I mean, they have a new goalkeeper and she's been phenomenal. But other than that, they really haven't added anybody since the break last year. And so they've just got a lot of, they've just got a really good like vibe going, I think. And obviously, you know, Lo LaBonta is their locker room like hype woman and leader on the field. And then, you know, I think that we have, you know, Temwa has grown up so much into her like kind of public role. And even with her not scoring nearly as much as last year, still, you know, a huge threat and just a ton of fun to watch.
Are there like, because I know that there's moments in the press box where we all kind of go, oh, like Tim Wishawega has to have like the most whoa moments of anybody in the league. Right?
Oh, for sure. Well, and it's like the entire stadium just immediately, as soon as she touches the ball, no matter where she is on the pitch, because she's so fast. And she's so savvy that no matter where she is on the pitch, everyone's like, oh, this is probably a goal. And you see people whip out their phones. You see people getting like really, really excited. And then, you know, if anything happens, it's just like, oh. And so it almost feels more like a basketball game or something at that point when she touches the ball, because it's just so much hype at that point. And people really do want her to run. And I honestly think that we should just get rid of the offsides rule for her, because it's so much fun watching her run. Just let her run. Let her run faster than everybody else. Let her score.
Tim will run.
I think that, like, I don't even know, like, even when she's whistled for offsides, like, every time that she is, I never agree with it. Like, if that makes any sense. Like, it's like, no, she was totally on. Like,
right.
She's just that fast.
She is. Yeah. No, it's wild because she has such a good sense of the field and where she is, and the ability to just stop on a dime. I mean, I would have hurt so many ligaments in my body trying to do that. But she knows exactly when to stop and pull back. And I think that's another thing that just makes her so dangerous. And then, you know, Claire Hutton is just blossoming. I mean, I think her time with the national team really helped. She was obviously on a great path before that. That's how you get to the national team. But, you know, her passes this season have just been insane. And
that one she
you
had
know,
on the assist.
Oh my God, yeah.
Woo!
Insane. And she's the youngest on the current still. And so, you know, everybody kind of treats her like a baby, but it's like, man, that baby grew up fast. And she's, you know, playing every game.
I tell people all the time, like, you don't go to your place of work and expect someone who is 18, 19 years old to just be able to do the work without like needing any assistance or like major help from their coach. Like, she's just like ready-made professional, like in almost every sense of the word. Like, even the few times that the team has made her available, I think like you can tell like the level of professionalism that she carries herself with. It's just,
I almost forget she's so young until she starts telling us like a story about her family.
Yes.
And then it's like, oh, right, you do have like college-aged brothers who just text you and harass you all the time and ask you why you haven't scored yet. Like, that was my favorite story last year when she scored her first goal and she walked into the press conference and people were like, oh, do you have congratulatory texts and stuff? And she was like, no, my brother just kind of harassed me over text. And we were all like, oh, right, you are a child. I forget that.
Yeah, when you play that well, you don't expect like much to the conversation that we had when we first started about Lamine Yamal. Like, you don't expect a player that young to be that good.
Right. And then you look at like the other side of the league and you're like, man, Becky Sauerbrunn only retired last year. Like, it's such a weird period of time right now, just with the league still being so young, that you do have like this huge stratification of, you know, people at the very end of their career, people at the very beginning of their career. And then, we randomly lose people mostly to PSG for whatever reason. From Americans love going to PSG. I don't know why, but they do. I mean, I like Paris too. I would live there for sure. But
There's some money.
yeah, Paris and money. Two things I don't have, but would love to.
Same joint. Okay, let's get to Tom Bomb. What's he like in the spaces trying to track a match, and how distracting is he? Like you can be honest with us. Just because he's here, you don't have to say nothing but nice things about him.
The best dressed, which is distracting. Because you get there and you're like, all right, I'm gonna really get focused, and then you're like, oh, well, Tom walked in. We got to see the full fit. We got to get a hug. We got to figure out why they put us so many chairs apart. It's probably because they think we'll cause trouble. Who knows? It's not nearly as bad without our other co-conspirator from last year.
Coming back.
Who left us. Yeah.
He's coming back in August.
I know. I'm very excited. But he was one of our TV guys, and then he left us to do news instead of sports, which boring. For the paper, also boring, having worked for the paper, but it's just not as exciting.
Cassie is crazy.
So I'm excited to have him back. But yeah, we're gonna be rowdy in August.
Yes.
They have assigned seats in the press box.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, do we know the number?
Do we
know the number of people in the press box? How big is this?
Well, I was going to say that's part of the problem is that they built the press box so tiny, which is wild to me because you knew you were going to host the final. You knew that you were going to be the little crown jewel of the league, and you only built a press box for 20. And then they have, I think, 4 staff members that are always in there. And so, I mean, that takes up seats. And then they have, visiting comms people if they come. And then, so, I mean, there are basically 10 seats for reporters in the front row. And then they'll put a radio guy on the second row.
Technically, there's 13, but if you sit in seats 11 through 13, if there is any action in the south end of the stadium, you ain't gonna see it. You might
seats,
watch it on the board.
Or seats 1 and 2, or seats 9 and 10. Or
so I got 3 through 8 are the only good seats.
Pretty much, yeah. It's just a really interesting stadium design, and then the table is too long, I think, is part of it. So we're set just far enough back from the window that then you're also missing the entire sideline. So I don't know. My mom and brother were engineers on the project, and so I just send them pictures all the time, and I'm like, "Hi,
that's horrible. That's horrible."
That's
what losers? Did you guys think about this at all?
Well, they care about the sightlines.
They're like, "Look, it wasn't my job to design it. Go talk to the architect. I just had to build it."
Right. Well, and the best part is they do fire protection, so none of that has anything to do with them.
Blame them anyway. Blame them
anyway.
It won't burn here. It'll just be bad.
At the very first game, we did have fire alarm go off in the press box, and it was so loud, and they couldn't figure out how to turn it off. And they were like, "There's not a fire, we don't think." And it was like, "Oh, okay, cool. We'll just be here eating our halftime glizzies."
Oh, a halftime glizzy sounds incredible. Oh my god.
Oh man.
Oh my gosh.
And they're top notch. They're from a local butcher shop. They're good.
Any sports game glizzy is truly a great experience.
See, I feel like they should have
Devin, look, I need us to be more mature here. The glizzy is fire. Okay, grow up, Devin. Here's why you're Arsenal fan out here.
I know that.
You should be used to that, Charlie. I'm sure your students heard that.
Yeah, I was like, that's the part that's going to get clipped from my podcast appearance. It'll be like, Kathleen just came in here and was real weird the whole time. Just talking about glizzy.
I mean, CPKC Stadium, they do take care of us on the food. Like
They do,
I have
100%.
never like had a meal where I was like, oh, everything of this is just not good. Like,
Right.
and like the cookies, top
Yeah.
notch.
Best flavor.
They have three. They put out three. They have put out snickerdoodles, brownies, and chocolate chip cookies.
Yes.
I can pass on the chocolate.
Solid group.
You're just immaculate.
Well, and I've got to plug Tom for a second because he's pretty good about sending out. Well, first of all, like on Blue Sky, I love the whole game day thread. I think that's brilliant. I have started doing that as well, just because it, keeps all my thoughts together. But I think it's a lot easier for people to follow. But he does a great job putting, the fit on there because everyone comes for the fit. And then usually talking about the food. So definitely something to follow on game days.
Those are like two very important things that happen in the press boxes: the food and what I wear.
Right. Exactly.
I think I never knew these cookies existed from
They're
Yeah,
so
me
fucking
neither.
They're
I might
so
need to
great.
just go there for these cookies then.
Top two.
Yeah.
Can I ask a quick question to my
Yes.
KC people? What's the stadium capacity? It's like around 12,000,
14?
right?
It's 11.5.
11.5. I know it's early, right? Only 2 years in,
Uh-huh.
but I feel like there's an appetite. Has anybody ever said like, hey, we want to make this bigger? Or is it just like, hey, we're just happy, we got this, we're gonna sell it out every week? Like, has that chatter started?
There is an expansion plan. There was from the beginning. I think it's in like phase 3 of their big project. So for those outside of Kansas City, it's interesting. So this is on the Missouri side. It's right on the river, which is why they're the current. And, then we all celebrate when somebody hits a ball into the river. That was a big deal last year. Temla scored a river goal is what we called it. But there's this whole like riverfront area that's largely unused and has been unused for a long time. Like they hosted Pride down there a bunch of times, and then they've like done some other stuff, but not consistently. And so part of this group's decision to move down there was also to develop this whole waterfront area. And so they've got a hotel down there now. They've got they're building restaurants. There's going to be like a beer like tap room that kind of overlooks like the river, which is fascinating because like it's not a nice river, but it's a river. And so it's going to be really interesting as they do that. But then it's also like in this weird kind of influx situation with construction. And so that's been a challenge and a big like pain point for the team and for people in town. But eventually there is going to be a streetcar stop in front of it as well, which will be a very big deal. And then, obviously with the World Cup coming and stopping in Kansas City, I'm sure there'll be tons of action and activation down there. And then they've also built it with the idea that there will be concerts and other events down there as well. And they hosted rugby. They're getting ready to host the U.S. women's national team rugby, and then getting ready to host Premier Lacrosse League. And they've done all sorts of other stuff down there.
Yeah, they've hosted last season. They hosted the Big 12
women's soccer tournament. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Which was fascinating because it was right before a playoff game. And so there were some real concerns about how that was going to go, but it appeared to go fine. Nobody got hurt and nobody openly complained.
And apparently,
I remember the FC Casey days. Yes, I did see that. But back in the FC Casey days, I remember when we had a playoff game, it was so hot in Kansas City that I'm trying to remember who it was. One of the league's very outspoken players, but
it was Alex Morgan.
Yes, you're right. Her cleats literally started melting. It was disgusting. It was so hot.
Grass field or turf?
That was turf.
Yep.
I was gonna say that'll do it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Alex Ross.
we were trying to figure out why they were all like putting their shoes in ice on the sidelines, and we were like, oh, it's because the shoes are melting.
That is wild.
So we've come a long way, Kansas City.
Yeah.
So we come a long way. Insane.
So, okay, the marquee matchup of the season is happening tomorrow. Like,
yes,
Kansas City top of the table, Orlando defending Shield winners, defending Cup winners, at Inter-Co Stadium in Orlando. What are your feelings about this particular match? And let me add, and just based off of what Alana Cook said, is this a rivalry?
You know, I think that it's going to be one of those situations where like the fans are obviously going to be a lot more emotional about it. And I think Vlatko does a pretty good job of keeping everything like very even tempered in the locker room. And honestly, like, because the series went 1-1-1 last year, didn't it? No.
No.
Current did not win. Current lost twice and tied once.
Correct.
Right. So I don't know. I think it's definitely something that fans are going to get a lot more excited about. It's a great media storyline, obviously. You know, we'll be covering it. Everybody will be covering it and be all over it. It will be interesting. I think they probably have an advantage on their own turf. And that wasn't an and. But I think they definitely have an advantage. But, you know, the rosters are just enough different, or at least like who's playing best is different. You know, obviously Temwa hasn't scored a million goals already. Marta is maybe not looking like the, you know, huge career revival that she did last year. And so I don't know that these two groups are going to care all that much, but obviously, you know, there's going to be competition for the top of the table. And I do predict these teams to be at the top of the table towards the end of the season as well. Again.
I think shout out to our good friend Justin Horniker, who was on with me. Also a delight to have in the press box. Can't wait to have him back. But he was on the latest episode of The Current Moment on the Shea Butter FC feed. Y'all should go check that out. And I think I told him
Tom be working, bro. Tom be out here talking.
I know,
right? Doing it all.
I think I have this as the 2-2 draw. Like I
can see that for sure.
I don't see a lot of necessarily separation in this team, but I also believe that they will there will be goals scored.
Yes.
Especially as like Kayla Sharple's probably played her worst match in a current kit in the playoff match. Like,
yes.
And it's not just that Barbara Branda abused her. Barbara Branda does that
right.
to defenders. It was also the fact that she had a couple of chances herself that she didn't finish. Like they could have tied the match, which was frustrating.
Also, I'm just really excited about the international flavor in this series. You know, Kansas City, I think, has done a really good job of going out and, you know, obviously finding a player like Temwa who, you know, her sister is obviously really high profile. And so it's not a surprise that we found another talented Shawinga out in the world. But, you know, we'll have like half the Brazilian national team playing that game.
That's real.
I mean,
it's true.
Yeah, Orlando was
especially since Lavinia got that call up, like which
that's right.
The Olympics or since the World Cup.
Right. And so it's like they just went down there and they were like, "Hi, we'll take all of these, and then we'll also get them all U.S. citizenship so that we can just keep bringing in international players." Which is definitely not worth investigating and not weird at all, but it's fine. It's good for competition.
That's a Peter Vermees special, that's for sure.
Oh yeah. Which also rough rough times on the boys' side of soccer here in the city.
Although that match yesterday was a banger.
That was, yes. They've needed one.
Like being in Kansas City, you cannot lose to St. Louis. So the fact that they were down 2-0 and then came back and drew the match, like it's like we were talking about on the episode, it was a spiritual win.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Well, please plug yourself. Let people know where they can find you and the amazing things that you do.
Yeah. Honestly, my favorite place to be is anywhere Thomas. So that's number one. But then I'm working with the Equalizer, which is all women's soccer all the time. The 9, which is different women's sports every day of the week. The next is women's basketball. And then I actually am working with former Kansas City sports writer Joe Poznansky, who's out in North Carolina now, doing some baseball stuff as well. So I'm kind of all over the place, but I'm KGIER on Blue Sky. So that's probably the best way to find me and all of my shenanigans.
Wait,
sports.
All the sports. Wait.
Yeah.
Didn't you go to the women's college basketball tournament?
Yes. I went with the next to that.
How was that experience? Obviously, you don't have to stay on it too long, but how was it?
It was so much fun. That's the second time I've been to the Final Four in 3 years. And the environment is just so good. The vibes in women's basketball are so good right now. Shout out to the WNBA starting tomorrow. But they sold out the hockey arena down in Tampa. Crowds were phenomenal. Wish Dawn had won another, but thrilled for Paige winning. That was a great storyline. She's great. She's gonna be so much fun down in Dallas. But again, like basketball and women's basketball, I just think is in such an exciting place right now, and there's so many eyes on it, and so much excitement. And having the A1s drop this week, which I did get a pair. Went down to my local Dick's. They didn't have it. Had to run to a different one in town, but I got the hot pink ones, which is also great vibes going into the season. But yeah, I think that the activations around it, the brands that are getting involved, their whole tourney town setup, all of that. I think it's really getting to a point where it's on par, if not, more exciting than the men's Final Four, and the viewership and the attendance are both showing that.
Yeah. I want to get the A1s, but I want the blue ones.
Oh yeah, they dropped.
Yeah. Oh no, I've been watching.
Yeah. My roommate got them today. I'm jealous.
The pearl dropped today too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I want the pearls for the summer.
Crispy.
Yeah, my fiance got the pearls today. And then I think I'm going to try to get the blue ones.
That's real love right there. A little pink and little pearl. I love that.
Well, and then, I got the shirt with her holding the ball with the hot pink nails showing and her 2 rings. And love Asia.
What a fit.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be wild.
Love it. Well, always fantastic chatting with you. Please have a great rest of your evening. Get in your place. Thank you for hanging out in your car with us.
Oh, no, you're good. I am actually down by the plaza in Kansas City. One of my fiance's kiddos goes to the art school down here, and they're having like a big film night.
Nice.
So we'll be like outside on this really pretty lawn. Tom, it's down where they hosted Pride last year in Tees Park. Yeah. So they have like a giant blow up screen. And then as you can see, we got some Taco Bell to picnic with. So I'm riding in style tonight.
Let's go.
Yes. American dream.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Well, have a good rest of your evening.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Bye, Kathleen.
Bye.
Oh my gosh. Let's go.
Let's get ready here.
Time for our final guest, the homie of ours, Arsena Pac himself, and Your Wrestling podcast, my your favorite wrestling podcast show, bro. Devin the Dude.
What up,
Yo.
Dev?
What's going on, people?
Man,
Good to see
that
you, bro.
Arsenal hits you right in your face, right from
It's
the
just
jump.
all
All that
No,
red back there.
so aggressive.
It's the Marvin Wonder fit. That's what it is.
Wouldn't be me if I wasn't in my element, you know?
That's
I respect
facts.
it. I respect
That's facts. Oh my gosh, man. How are you? How are things? Yeah, don't let us bully you.
Hey, I got this.
He's used to it. He's used to it.
I'm in all black because we are here to mourn the season that was Arsenal, for our men at least. So I'm in the all black today. I'm in the all black kit. I even got the all black hat today. Usually I'm in the gray, but we're gonna all black it today. We understand this season was a wash. The season never happened. We're in black because we're men in black in it.
Damn. That
Men in black.
quickly.
He men in black that. Wow.
The flash
Never
is
happened.
wild.
Never happened. But we're here. We're gonna celebrate anyway. We still got something to celebrate.
I'm here to
Our
celebrate.
women. Our women
Oh,
are still in the Champions League final. So
Number 2. That's what y'all do. Number 2. Look at y'all. Y'all keeping it, same club, same passion. Like, you're gonna be number 2 in the WSL, number 2 in Champions League, number 2 in the PL. I love that. Silver medalists all around. Nobody could beat Usain Bolt. It's not your fault.
He called y'all Tyson Gay.
Yep.
And
y'all play Saturday,
Johan Blake.
right? Yep.
Yes, sir.
Y'all play Saturday.
Yes, sir.
Crystal Palace. What's y'all
Mhm.
record against Crystal
Cavs
Palace?
last final. Yep.
Okay.
Mhm. Yeah.
What place are y'all in the WSL?
4, man. Injuries are crazy out here.
Okay. All right. Dang.
Injuries are
Times have
wild, bro.
changed.
It is. Hey, contact is everything, bro.
Whoa! Did I hear injuries are a mother? Did I hear
They
that?
are.
'Cause
They are.
Last I checked, we had a whole starting 11 of injuries this entire season. But no, I can't use that as an excuse. Ain't that right, Daniel?
Nope.
I can't use that as an excuse,
Nope.
right? But now
Nope.
injuries are a problem. So hey,
I have never said injuries on anything, Trev, or
Yeah, right.
Daniel, or Devin, or anybody else in the chat. Injuries matter. They count.
Oh no,
Liverpool
Tom,
was healthy
Tom's
as they
being
won.
quiet. Tom is extra quiet because he knows.
Listen.
damn well.
I said after we lost to Everton, and this was before Everton's new ownership, before they had a banger transfer window before Christmas. When we lost at Walton Park, that was the point at which I was like, "Oh, is this team fraudulent? Are they fake?" Like,
You called it, yeah.
and yeah, they were. And I also believe that there was a lot of discord under the previous manager. And I'm not saying that the manager that we went with was the one to go with, but yeah, we were probably fraudulent, like based off after that Everton loss. I'll own that.
Well, what I'll
And
say.
see, go ahead, Derek. What you got? What you got?
Well, I was going to just say this. It's one thing to say injuries, and I can agree with you that injuries do matter. When we weren't hurt, we won leagues 4 in a row. I'm talking about the men. We've won 4 in a row. We had a little blip this season because we got hurt. Had a ton of injuries. Even if you take your injuries out, you still ain't won. Still haven't won. So, I mean, it's kind of like, can you really point to injuries as the only factor? I don't know that you have it in your makeup. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if you have it in your makeup.
Year 1, we lost Saliba in February. Saliba. We didn't have our starting 11 since February. Year 1. Year 2 was a fluke. Year 2, y'all got that.
The word you meant was bottle. The word I won a lot of money off y'all losing to Aston Villa. The word you mean is bottle. That's the word, BOTTLE. There you go.
Hey, last I checked, Aston Villa was a Champions League team. Correct me if I'm wrong, right?
I mean,
so I think that's fair.
Bottled the lead. You had the lead. You lost the lead in the last 2 months. That's a bottle job. It's okay. Keep going. Year 3, what happened this year?
And then this year, we lost Saka for more than 8 games. We lost Odegaard for more than 8 games. We still ain't got no legs, Lieutenant Dan, for our 9 position. We had our 6. We had our 6 playing in the 9 position. That's how down bad we were in the 9 position. We lost Gabriel out for the season. We got 2 youngins, 2 17-year-olds. Neither of these boys have graduated high school yet age, playing in our starting 11 because we were down bad. And they, of course, and I'm going to give them my respect, they were killing it. One made the national team. They were killing it, but that wasn't the goal. That wasn't the intention. We've literally had somebody in every single position outside of goal, outside of keeper, every single position. We've had somebody out for a significant amount of time. We have collectively not even been able to play a starting 8. Our strongest 8. We haven't even had to play pretty much all season. So what do y'all want us to do?
It's almost a miracle that they made it to second. I don't even know how. Like, honestly, guys.
Here's the best part. Let's do it. He went through his rundown. Let's go City rundown. Let's go back line, right?
Y'all lost Erling Haaland.
No. I'll let you have yours. Let me have mine. Ake and Akanji out. Kyle Walker hurt, then transferred. So that's 3 defenders. Then you go to the midfield. Oh, I don't know. The Ballon d'Or winner out the whole season after game 3.
Did you say John Stones?
Oh, sorry, John Stones. 4 defenders. My bad. A whole back 4. Let's keep going. Rodri. Hold up. Rodri out the whole season. Then in the midfield, we go KDB, had an injury. And then up top, we go Holland, Foden, Doku, who else? I'm sorry, Grealish. Bob. I think I just counted 10. Oh, Bob. Yeah, Bob. Damn, Bob. Big Bobby. So
and Ederson, our keeper.
And Ederson.
Too.
Oh, we had a keeper out.
Yeah, we literally had a
real 11. You said you didn't have a keeper injury. We did. So we're only 3 points behind y'all. Damn, that looks bad. Damn, Arteta.
So it sounds like we're in the same boat.
I'm just saying, though.
What it sounds like to me.
I'm just saying, though. Like, it is like, it is what it is.
You are in the same boat, but the boat is being weighed down by our trophies.
So many of them. So many. Jesus Christ. But y'all the UCL shit is real. I will give all credit to that. Making this in semifinals is real. That's hard. That's real shit. No jokes. Like, y'all put up a fight. Y'all made it. We did not. We crashed out.
Especially since I think that PSG is going to take the fight.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
The biggest hypocrites in EPL? That might be very hyperbolic.
I read that.
Hey, Trev. Hey, how we hypocrites? Please say more, Trev. Please, come on, Trev. Come through. Help your boy out. Because I want to know how we hypocrites when I just laid out facts. What's hypocritical about facts?
I love
it. Do we need to send Trev a link? Should we send Trev a link?
Come through.
Oh, God, no.
All I'm saying is the same excuses y'all are using, like, we can't use. That's all, and I get it, because I get beat down every single day when I say, oh, we didn't have Odegaard for half the season. Okay, y'all lost Rodri, and so we lost Odegaard. Like, that's the central defense.
Oh, don't compare Odegaard to Rodri. We ain't doing that, my guy.
The hell?
Rodri was literally the entire season.
My point is, it's the central. It's our central point of attack, right? Our
attack
starts from there.
Yeah,
and we did not have that.
True.
Our leading goal scorer out for significant portions. Right?
He still doesn't seem 100%. I'm truly worried about Saka. When will he ever have time to get healthy?
This summer. They ain't got Club World Club, right? They weren't invited.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Correct. We were not. We'll be in China. And Daniel,
China.
We'll be in China.
Gotta get the Asian money. I ain't mad at that.
Yeah, man.
Don't be Trump. Get that.
We've been here in the U.S. for what the
Fuck a
past
tariff.
three
Fuck a tariff.
seasons.
Fuck a tariff. We're gonna get this bag. Okay. The Crunkies ain't fucking around with this, man. We got shit to do. We got things to do. Serious question though, because Crunk loves this question, and I put it away for like 2
Here we
seasons.
go.
But
I
it's
know
the
where you're
time.
going. Go
you
ahead.
know what it is.
Here we go.
It's a real one.
Here we go. Come on. I know exactly what you're about to ask.
Here's how I'm gonna frame it. What do you need to see the club do next season? Injuries off, right? We're gonna play FIFA. Injuries off. What do you need to see the club do next season in order for the men's side to keep Arteta as manager? What's the standard?
We have to win something. But yes, we have to win something,
Okay,
right?
fair.
It's been 5 years.
PL, or CL. So any of the three. Okay.
Something. We have to win something.
But
we got, but let's be honest. Arteta has not had a full deck to play with. So that's where the grace goes to him. I won, and I said this before. Any other team, pretty much outside of y'all, would love to have Arteta. Y'all wish y'all were in Arteta's position. Any other club outside of y'all, I would probably say y'all wish y'all had Arteta. Yeah, I've said that before, right? Yeah. But at the same time, and he still isn't playing with the full deck. He still has not had his full squad with him to challenge for competitively.
They still ain't got their man a striker. I respect that. They have not. Y'all better get a 9 this season. I don't want no more excuses.
And there's not, and I truly believe, all the rumors aside, that we're getting a couple people, right? We already got Zubamendi, even though he's not a 9, but we're already kind of still trying to strengthen the squad. So between Gyökeres was the popular pick that I heard right now. So between him, Sesko, I'll take Isak, either one of them. I'll take give me somebody that can put the ball in the net. I like Isak. He's here already in the league. He knows how to do it. There's no real adjustment for him. I'm always a big fan of strikers that, he'll probably be like 100 million. He probably will. But do we want to win? How bad do you want it? Right. And, so
I'm all for it. Convince Stan and his toupee to come up with that cash.
Look, man, they did it for LA. Y'all can do it for us. And let's be honest.
Denver got a title too. They need actually to finish the portfolio. They really should invest in just say they did it. No, that's crazy. If you do 3 different sports. And the Avalanche won recently too. That's really crazy if you get 4 sports, 4 titles. Like, okay, Crunkies.
And look, man, let's be honest. Let's be honest, Stan. Let's be honest, Josh. Who's your biggest team? Let's be honest. Like, you did it for LA. LA's your biggest team here, but who's your biggest team worldwide? Like, let's be honest. So y'all got it. Let's keep it moving. Let's push for these cups.
Yeah, this is my question, bro. What's he on? What y'all on with him?
So
Nasty
the big
man.
part with that is that's partially why we signed Zubamendi. Like, Zubamendi's been done, right? So that he is meant to kind of replace that.
Marino back to his natural position. That supplements.
Exactly.
Now Skelly moves up. Ooh, Lewis Skelly moves. Yeah.
It's too much controversy for me, right? If it happened once and we kind of glossed over it, for lack of a better term, then it happened again, and it's just like, come on, bro. Like, once is a coincidence, twice is a pattern. Like, this is a habit after a while. And let's be honest, like, you cost us a goal in the second leg, bro. Like, you're and it's not the first time that this has happened. So let him walk. I'm cool with it. Like, yeah, Trev. Like, I pretty much, I think any true fan that's being honest with themselves would agree that he can take a hike. So,
does he give, as a Ravens fan, does he give you big Justin Tucker vibes?
Absolutely.
But just like the Ravens, they'll never mention it because the Ravens said it was by his performance. That was wild.
All over again. Yes. It's real. It's like the same, but it's different, right? Justin Tucker is literally a legend. he is a league legend. He is the
Number one.
best kicker in
Ever.
league history, right? Whereas appreciate you, Charlie. Hit a little early today. Big back activity earlier today. But so there's a little slight difference there where TP5, as I like to call him, like, you were here, you did okay. So I can see the hesitancy more with Tucker, but yeah, like either way, like it was still too much. Like with Tucker, it was the perfect storm, right? You're getting up there. You were missing all season, bro. You got it together finally towards like the second half. But that first half, bro, I was about to punch you myself. I was ready to get you up out of there. So it was really one of those, die and be a hero or live long enough to see yourself become a villain kind of things. So it was all honestly time. And, we got Tyler Loop now, who I think is they were pretty much the best kicker since then. So I think we'll be fine. And honestly, like Loop couldn't shine with Tucker still there. So, it was a nice culmination of everything to kind of get him up out of there. But yeah, bro, you can't be diddying out here, bro. You can't be the diddler out here. Like it's not a good look, my guy. It's not a good look.
No diddy.
No diddy, bro. So yeah, it is what it is. Respect to all you done to us in the past, but
get out.
Well, brother, before we get you out of here, Arsenal, they have a pretty big match this weekend, and we have some clubs who are hovering around them, including Newcastle, trying to take your spot in seconds. Arsenal, you welcome Newcastle. How you feeling about the match?
Let's be honest. Like Newcastle's had our number.
My bad. Sorry.
No, I mean they've played us. They're like Palace is y'all's trump. Is y'all's card. That's what Newcastle is to us. But and I've been saying this. I'm pretty much I'm checked out. Right, like I'll check the score. I didn't watch the Liverpool game. I didn't catch a single second of it. I'm checked out. It's over. Wow. What's the point? What are we playing for? At this point, yeah, we are. But like, there's nothing to chase at this point. First and foremost, son had a soccer game, so that was a reason I couldn't watch it, but I didn't.
Sure. I believe that he had a fire assist, correct?
Oh, he had a fire assist. It was the craziest, like cleared the whole back line, got cleared. And I got it. And I told him he owes his striker like $5 for making the run to be onside that he caught that and put it away. So it was wild. He plays 8. He's between an 8 and a 10.
Okay. What's up?
Indeed.
Black fathers in soccer, y'all.
What
I
age
wish
group?
I had one of y'all growing up. Oh my god.
He's in U13s.
U13.
He actually just had tryouts for travel, like
okay.
As we speak. So as soon as we finish, I got to give him a call and see how it went.
That's good.
But yeah.
I missed those.
I'm starting to GoFundMe. Anybody out there?
Yeah, I was about to say, like,
you're gonna need a GoFundMe. Trust me.
We need
travel expenses.
Yeah, you're gonna need one of them jokers.
Help Black fathers in soccer.
The beautiful, expensive game.
Man, at least here it is.
Sounds like
there it is.
You hit up Blue.
Y'all got
love that.
So
he talking about City.
Yeah.
He said we need
my dead body.
We need a
look, God, that man would never.
Look, man. At the end of the day, if he gets, Harry Kane was an Arsenal fan. Like let's who's signing the check? Who's signing the check at the end of the day? So
doesn't clear.
One day, yeah. If he gets that call to City, and see here. Look, let me again before we wrap this up. City, I never had a problem with City. City was never like, I don't want to say wasn't on my radar, but City wasn't like, we were worried about Chelsea. We were worried about United. like City was just okay. City won some titles, man. I was like,
so do you have an
happy
issue
for
now?
City.
And if so, what was the genesis? What kind of started it?
This is Tarek's thing.
I think really like there you go, Trev. Like it started to be a rivalry when we both became competitive, right? Like I always related to, you can relate it to like Maryland Duke in the 90s. I'm just relating it to to myself. Maryland and Duke, Ravens and Steelers, right? Like it's that team that you want to beat because now we can compete with y'all on a high level. So it's, and there was a while where y'all had us and now we're here. So it's not, so essentially I just want to beat y'all. But at the end of the day,
Was it because
at the end of the day, what's up?
Well, no, I was saying, because again, I can imagine thinking you're going to win the league, because I'm sure you thought you were going to win the league. And then here comes Big Bad
last
City.
season.
Yeah, and then here comes Big Bad City and takes it from you. Does that like drive like a hatred? Oh my God, I can't stand them.
Hatred is a strong word, right? Like,
did it feel inevitable to you, or did you think you were going to hold on to
it? And believe it or not, Crunk and I had this. I don't know if Crunk remembers this. We had this conversation like when it happened, and Crunk's whole thing was us playing for the draw at the Etsy High.
Mm-hmm.
That did us over, and I gotta agree. I didn't think we were going to play for the draw back then. Like, I wanted to go balls to the wall. If we lost, then that's what it was, right? Like, this is the time to prove that we're here. I think like looking back on it, especially from Arteta's standpoint, I think that we won't do that again. And I think we've kind of shown that we won't do that again. Outside of us going down 10 men due to the ref. But I think if we're going to go full 11-11, we're going to, really go balls to the wall. And it's kind of here. And again, Ravens fan, Tom, he had to disappear for a second, but the Ravens and the Chiefs, right? Like it's that one team that you just want to beat.
Yeah.
It's that one team that you quote unquote, you can beat, but for some reason, like it just doesn't happen. Right. And so that's where I am with Kansas City, and that's where I am with City, right? Like, and it's like I love Tom, but I hate all your teams.
I totally get it. I totally get it. I think so. Like, I have to ask you this question. So after the Super Bowl that may or may not have happened in New Orleans in February, I don't know. Like, were you just like, damn, like
should have been us?
Yeah, exactly. Like, okay.
Yeah, absolutely. We were better than Buffalo. We shot ourselves in the foot in the Buffalo game. And we still almost won it. That's the crazy thing. Had we not shot ourselves in the foot 3 times, Lamar had a fumble, Lamar threw a crazy pick, and then of course Mark Andrews dropped the ball.
That's the one. So get that man out of here. Tight end 2 now. He should not be number 1. That shit hurt my pocket. I hate that man.
Yeah, no.
I hate Mark Andrews. I had a whole lit coming, and he fucked up the hit. Fuck Mark Andrews.
No, he's not a good man here in Baltimore right now. But yeah, no, it's definitely one of those things where like we should have been there. Arsenal should have been there. Should have happened. It didn't happen. Here we are. We go again.
Well, brother, please plug yourself. Let people know where they can find you, the things that you do.
Yes, find me on Blue Sky, Devin Pugh at Blue Sky, all the the weird Blue Sky stuff. Also, you can find me on Instagram _Devin Pugh. Mostly just a lot of work stuff that I handle on Instagram. And quick plug, Annapolis Blues season starts technically this weekend, but our home opener is May 31st, doubleheader, our inaugural women's season. They will be headlining for our home opener. So any fans out there in the DMV want to catch some soccer May 31st, we are marketing a 12,000 plus shell out. So be there or be square. It's going to be a good season. And
I'm gonna hit you up, bro. I gotta pull up.
Those kids are fire.
Let me know.
Those kids are fire.
Indeed. I've always been if we don't got anything, I mean, we did finish as number 1 team in the country, but last season. But if anything, the kids are always fire.
Oh, well, brother, I appreciate you. You have a good rest of your evening.
Appreciate you, Mom.
Hey, there we go. Shout out to our guests, Amy, Kathleen. I'm trying to swipe and get to next week's. Oh, we're in May. I was like, wait, what is happening? And Devin. Okay, so let's see. Next week, who do we got? We got Grant from Into the Channel Pod. We got Phil, the homie Phil. Oh, it's been a while since Phil has been on. Talk some West Ham.
Yeah.
And get lit. The conversation will get insane, I'm sure. And Trev Tracy. Hey.
We love a red, baby. We love a red.
Don't we though? Don't we though? All right, show bros. This was so great chatting with you. I'm gonna go and hang out with my family after ignoring them after immediately getting here. Just like, hi everybody, bye everybody. I'll see you.
Enjoy, man.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Let's go City, baby. Trophy